What's up, everybody? My name is Invader Pro Zero, and before we start this video, I am really sorry that I could not get any videos out this week. So I went up into the mountains. I live in Italy right now for the summer, and so I went up into the mountains, and they have crappy internet, so I didn't even attempt to actually post videos. Didn't even make any. So today I'm going to be making up for that, well, trying at least. And so I'm going to be posting 3 different videos. So, hope you guys like it. Thanks. And, no, not going to do the like and subscribe. Alright, so, a couple days ago, a week ago, I did a video tutorial and built the Orbit. If you guys remember, this is the plane that can, or plane, I mean, it's rocket that can get you into an orbit. And if you fail, you got that. Now we're going to try and make something different. We're going to be making something that can dock in your space station. Now, this is kind of weird because, you guys created something that can orbit, but you haven't created a space station yet. Now, in Kerbal Space Program, it's a 3D game. You can bend all the components to make it sleeker. You can't do that in this game. So this is my way of building a space station. It's kind of a crappy space station build, but it works. And I have currently 2 space stations up in the sky. Let me just show them to you. No, that's a rover, never mind. So switch to this one. This one has one of these things broken and there is no sound. Hold on. Sorry guys, there was no sound for that entire thing. I'm totally sorry. So this one is my first space station. Kind of got some damage to it. Still has some fuel, and this is the pod that I brought in. Has no fuel in it whatsoever. And power is up to maximum. Power would be more for a rocket ship that has, for example, how do I put this? Like power in them, like rovers and stuff. This thing doesn't have a rover that is attached to it. We could probably try and do that. Like attach a rover to this thing. That way we can like deploy rovers in mid-space. I haven't tried that yet. And then this is the second one. And this has... couple weeks ago, I put a new one there, attempted at least, and I succeeded. So now we are going to be going in and actually building a docking. If you want to take a look at my space station build, in case you want to replicate it, here it is. So we're going to start from the bottom. You have these Hawk engines, as they're called. Hawk engines, these guys. Then you have the fuel tank, the medium one, on that side, on the left side, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 large fuel tanks with a aerodynamic nose cone on the end. You have 1, 2, 3 big ones and 1 medium in the center, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 big ones and 1 medium on the other side, as usual. Then you get yourself a decoupler. I don't know if that's what they're called. Wait, what are they called? A separator. What are these inside separator? Okay, these guys are called separators in this game. And then you want to get 2 large fuel tanks, another separator. Yeah, and in here you want to get the this guy, the Brass World LF engine. And then we have this little guy here, which has in utility, it has the Grasshopper engine, this very light engine. You also have the RCS thrusters. You also have the batteries, and you also have the structural parts, the large ones, and then a small one on the end. Then you also have the solar panel. Okay. And you also have, back in utility, you have this guy, the probe. The probe is basically something that doesn't have a space, is not controlled by a pilot. And it just looks sleeker when you extend all of this. And this is the main space station. I'm not going to launch another one because I already have plenty. Now and you can just pause the video in the back and replicate it. and attempt. And if you don't know how to go in orbit, just watch my last video on this. Now for the docking. So for the docking one, you're basically going to need 2 or more things. Actually, yeah, pretty much everything is in the basics. So again, the Hawk engine, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Large fuel tanks, and then the side separators. You only need one. It's not going to break if you just don't add them. Then a regular separator, and I think that's this engine here. Yep, the broadsword lift engine. And then you have another separator after 2 more large fuel tanks. Then you go in utility. You find this guy, the Grasshopper lift engine. And you also find your RCS thruster. Your large fuel tank is up here. And then you need your docking port small. Now, I'm doing this with the free version. There is no big docking port. That's in the full version of the game. So now, let's begin to launch this thing. Rocket has no parachute. Just say launch anyways. Then launch. Activate the first 3 rockets, maximum thrust, and launch. And if you guys are going to look at these videos, I've done a couple hundred spaceships that have crashed. I'm going to try and do tutorials. So, let's see how it goes. And again, I'm very sorry that I cannot post videos. My schedule is 1 video a day. But I can't actually do that when I'm in the mountains or when I have crappy internet. Or actually in August, I'm going to be flying back to my actual home. And that's going to be a pain, so I can't post for like 2 or 3 days. So yeah, and this great thing, some people, if you're wondering what it is, some people probably don't know what it is, it's the atmosphere. So like I taught you, wait for it to get to halfway. It's about halfway, and I start turning slightly, and so now let it expand. Then wait for it to exit the atmosphere. Stop your engines. And if you guys don't know, we're going to be shooting for this one. So anyways, first things, sorry, I'm kind of tired right now. I just had to, kind of jet lagged, really tired. So basically right now we are making an orbit around Earth. And then with that orbit we're going to travel around Earth and get to our friend space station right here. Little buddy. So wait till you get to the top. Way longer than I anticipated. 31.4 and thrust. Point slightly upwards to maintain going backwards on it. There you go. That's how you want to have your thrust. You're almost out of fuel right now, so just wait. In this position. So keep an eye on the fuel. You should be almost out of fuel. And right about now you are running out of fuel. So just do that. Launch this piece. Junk. And keep going. Wait for this guy to get to like, then wait for your apoapsis to get to 40, maybe. Do, honestly, whatever you want, following at least the guidelines. So, right now, you just have to create an orbit, and that's the guideline, with consumption of the least amount of fuel that you can possibly use. If you use more fuel, that means you'll have less for the rest of the trip. Now, we're almost there. Keep giving it a second. Okay. Now, as usual, you're going to be coming in here and continuing to thrust perfectly straight forward till you create a low Earth orbit. Spin on it. Alright, now here you have your second target. Now you're going to click on Set as Target, and that's going to leave its orbit. Now, that's your closest approach. Do not pay attention to that right now. It's kind of useless. So, kind of a pain. As you can see, your orbit is slightly smaller. At least it should be. You don't want his orbit to be bigger. You want your orbit to be smaller. And actually, if I were you, I'd make it slightly smaller on one end, like that. Then, give me a minute. Just make it slightly smaller, that way you gain more speed. That's all I'm saying right now. Alright, that's it. You're good. Now, what are you doing? You are here, and your orbit is slightly smaller. That means you have to take less time to do a full circle. So you're going slightly faster than your friend. So now what you want to do is basically speed up the time till you come exactly above them. And since I got very unlucky, this can take some time, but it doesn't consume fuel or anything. Now, we're behind him, or her, behind it, and we're coming closer. Now about here, you're going to stop. And you're right above it. And you're going to build your orbit on this side slightly bigger, like that. Okay? Then, you're going to go and turn RCS on. Go back to this map, and you're going to go down to one of your crosses. Now you have two crosses. One here, and one here. And as you can see, here's what's going to happen. You're going to speed up, and then she's going to speed up, and then you're going to perfectly meet here. And now you can probably notice there's like a little line. That's your closest approach. And try and make it so that it doesn't spaz, because it's kind of glitched here. And you want to use RCS to try and make this the lowest possible. And it can get pretty low, as you can see. I've got mine to 60. 2 meters. Can it get any deeper? No, it cannot. So let's try and keep it there. Alright, so that's your closest approach. So now at that cross, you guys are going to meet. So now we have to wait. Go at times 25 speed. It's going to take a long time to wait, but that we don't miss it, because I've missed it. And it's a pain to have to start this over. As you can see, you are in the front, but it's catching up. Keep zooming in, being able to see them. I'll move into times 5. Move into your regular map and try and extend your thing as maximum possible. If you don't see another white piece, it means you're not there yet. And once you see another white piece that's like floating in midair, you want to immediately go towards that thing. So as you see, it just came back right past us. I didn't know I had that thing on. Now you want to go towards it. keep going. And so now, as you can see, you're right next to it. Your orbit is probably completely messed up. Don't take your time to look at that, because that can actually kill you. Because you have to pay attention to this. And you want to use only RCS now. So turn off your engine completely. Now you want to align yourself with whatever docking port you've added. As you can see, I've added mine on either battery. And now you're going to press these buttons, and that's going to make you go down compared to your position. No matter what, these are irrelevant. So if you do like this, you're going to be going sideways. If you go like that, you're going to be going like that. If you go like that, it's going to be pushing you upwards. But exactly upwards. It's not going to be like, oh, if I do this, it's just the bottom ones to go. I'm sorry. So, you're almost there. Try not to bump into anything. And this is fairly easy now. You just have to connect all the pieces. Kind of like a jigsaw puzzle. And then just tick yourself, and there you go. You're in. Now, this guy's at 87% because you just consumed it by turning your entire ship. So what you want to do is click on this guy, which is at 36, and then click on this guy, and that's how you refuel, basically. What's at this guy? At 100. This guy is at 100. These people are at 100. These people are at 0. So you can do that. So if this is at 0, that's useless. And there you go. That is how you dock. Now you have 30 here. If you want to... Okay. If you want to refuel, all you got to do is tap on the thing that you want to use, and then tap on the other thing that's going to be consuming. It's kind of hard to explain. So let's say this guy's at 0. You click on this guy, and that fuel goes into this guy, basically. Okay, then ding, no, not that, like that. Okay, then like that. Alright, so that's how to dock, and just clear the debris that you've used. That way it's not space junk and it doesn't bother anybody. So, alright, there you go. That's how to dock an airplane or a spaceship. Okay, next up, we are going to be building something that can land on the moon. I think. I don't know. I mean, I have lots of landers. So I have this guy, crappy. I have this lander, slightly better. And then my lander 2 is my best version. So the lander is basically something that can land on the moon. This actually is not the greatest one because it has a parachute. If I were you, I would swap out the parachute. I'm actually going to make a new one with lander 3. This one with the docking. That way you can refuel. So let's just save that as lander 3. So next episode, next episode I will be teaching you guys how to land the moon. We've been here for a decent 15 minutes. I think it's enough time. I showed you guys how to dock. Hope you liked this video. Hit like, hit subscribe, and see you guys in the next one.